What is up, everybody? What is up? I'm your boy Elevated. You're here, Elevated TV. Go get whatever you got to go get to get those thoughts to that elevated level, because we got to talk about some stuff. First of all, don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I try not to keep you guys around too long. I know the attention span on YouTube is pretty short. It's a lot of stuff. YouTube is flooded. It's a lot of stuff. You guys have a lot of options. I appreciate the handful of people that rock with me right now. Shouts out to you guys. But we got to talk about the one group of people who can say that they support Donald Trump, who can actually support Donald Trump. You go to their Facebook pages, they're supporting Donald Trump. They get very little backlash from the media. They don't really even get brung up by the media. Who is that group, you ask? Well, if you saw my thumbnail, you probably did not have to think or take too many shots in the dark. It's black women, ladies and gentlemen, and let me explain why. When I was younger, whenever I wanted someone to take seriously what I just said, I would always say, my grandmother would always say, and then I would say my beliefs or what I thought, because they were my beliefs. I only said it like my grandmother always said because I understood that black women, especially older black women, they run the black community. If you say, hey, well, my grandmother always said, no one there, no one around you is going to argue what you claim a older black woman has said, or black woman in general, but especially an older black woman has said. No one will argue that at all. It could be some complete BS. No one will say anything, because that's the control that the black woman have in the black community. The males are afraid of them, and all the black women they all aspire to be them, because they come off as having all the power. They can tell people what to do. They boss people around. No one can generally say anything to them. And so the young girls, they want to aspire to be that, basically, and can't wait to have kids that they can boss around and destroy. Now, I say that to show you guys how much power they wield in the black community. Now, when I think about black female Trump supporters, there are two females that come to mind. I think they might have something going on with Newsmax. I don't know, but most of you probably know who I'm speaking of. These black women are free of any ridicule. And let me tell you why. They are not what you would call Candace Owens type black women. You can generally bully Candace Owens, and you will get very little pushback from the black community. Because Candace Owens represents something that is rare in the black community. A non-violent, non-jerk, well-spoken, educated black woman. Most people in the black community that are like that are not liked, okay? These black women, on the other hand, for whatever reason, they support Trump, but they remind you in every way of the average black woman. Now, no one knows how the average black woman is like the Democratic Party. They understand. The last thing they want is the average typical black woman who is not a Democrat, okay? They don't want them to start talking. They don't want them to have a voice because they understand. Again, they're not Candace Owens type black women. These type of black women, if they start talking, the media and the Democratic Party understands that there are black people who will listen to them. Okay? Unlike black males who say, I don't think I can rock with this anymore. They will be minimalized. They will be clowned, laughed at because they have very little respect in their community and in their home in the first place. These black women, on the other hand, these typical everyday in every way black women that support Trump might actually get you to listen. They understand their power and they're afraid of it. They are afraid of black women like them who support Trump because they understand, one, they can't generally attack them like they can a Candace Owens. There will be somewhat of a backlash. Not as much, but there will be a backlash. Democrats generally understand it doesn't matter that they're Trump supporters. They understand that the one thing does matter is they're the typical average black woman. Now, I have nothing against these women. I like these women. They're Trump supporters. They're average black women who are Trump supporters. I love them. But I'm just telling you, while they don't get the BS that black men would get supporting Trump, that's why. I would really like to thank you guys. This ran a little bit longer than I wanted it to. I was trying to keep it under 5 minutes, but I'm just trying to stress to you guys why this one group does not get the backlash that everyone else does, especially black men. You guys join me again. I'll be back a little later. Stay elevated.